Stop the cap.
You understand that y'all are losers? You gonna look me in my eye and tell me you cool with that slow money? Every time you clock into that job, you telling yourself, I'm a bum, I got no motion, and I'm broke. Well, it's an honest living, don't you think? Who cares about making an honest living? I only care about proxies, blanks, and dumps. I make more bread in a day than you make all month. All my homies with it too. Y'all be talking about the Nigerian scammers. Y'all know nothing about the Trinidadian scammers. Chase up yo, everybody. If your girl asks you for 10 racks, what you gonna do? Save for 5 years? I got 10 racks on me right now. I get it though. You one of them Applebee's on the first date type of dudes. Coffee dates, ice cream dates, let's go 50-50. Find an S-tier baddie and tell her you work a 9 to 5. She'll spit in your face. Aren't you afraid of going to jail? You know this is wrong. Even if I do what? You wouldn't sit down a year for a couple M's? That's a no-brainer. How you gonna buy Chrome Hearts working at Arby's? Check my gram. Me and baby wear the same drip. Prada, Gucci, Gucci. You in McDonald's flipping burgers like that's gonna do something for your life. If you over 18 and you not up at least 350 rackades, you're a bum.
The white man system. I mean, god damn. I've never seen such bumbling incompetence in my life. You know, and they all act like, oh, it's just a part of capitalism. No, you don't fucking get. The streets are about to take over. The motherfucking streets are about to take over. You gonna have cats out here selling crack cocaine, fentanyl, methamphetamine, carjackings, home invasions, scheming, all type of shit is about to go down because of dumb shit like this. This is why you need unions. It should be difficult to fire workers. All this bullshit that you know, Reagan got rid of the unions, and then you got, you know, all this bullshit with you know, oh, we gotta you know, make our shareholders happy, right? All that fluctuating bullshit, right? So the employees they're just nobody, and then it's all about the shareholders, right? And then companies do two things to make it always look like they have profits: buy their stocks back or fire a whole bunch of employees. But guess what? Guess what the problem is with that? And this is hilarious coming from Elon Musk, Mr. We need more white babies. We need more white babies. How the fuck are you going to have more white babies with doing this shit? Right? Again, as a black person, I should probably shut the fuck up and not say anything, right? Because when white supremacy is making a misstep, I shouldn't say anything. But truth be told, all of this affects everybody, because as African Americans, it's not like I'm getting ready to leave and go anywhere. But this is the system that white men have set up. And you got, you know, regardless of all the goofy shit that goes on the left and everybody should be gay and all that bullshit, it's like you got the conservatives, and with them, it's all, you know, just personal responsibility to death. Oh, just work hard, my bootstraps, you know, all that bullshit. If you don't have unions and you don't have protections, right? The whole concept of stability. Like, I got a white friend of mine. Oh, he loves him some white Jesus. Oh, it's all about Jesus. Oh, what's wrong with America? Oh, it's because we don't have the Holy Spirit in the White House. Oh, it's because people don't have the sweet twinkle of Jesus in their bosom, right? All this bullshit. And I'm like, okay, Mr. I love white Jesus. Tell us how you're supposed to have your, you know, wonder years type of communities and instill all this Judeo-Christianity when you have no fucking stability. 14,000 people? How many of them people, right, they moved out to, where are they at? Arizona or New Mexico, wherever the hell it is, Nevada, wherever that Tesla giga factory is, right? You know, moved out there, bought an apartment, bought a car, right? They live in, right? Somebody probably got married, right? Just had a kid, all this shit, right? All this shit that Elon Musk talks about when he's talking about we need more babies, even though we know it's more white babies, right? All the shit that he's talking, right? All of that is out the window. See, the thing is like, and we already know how bitches are, right? Bitches, it's all about safety and security, right? If the squares in society can't provide that, okay, all of your moral Judeo-Christianity, sweet twinkle of Jesus, do the right thing, have the buttery goodness of the Lord in your heart, all that gets flushed down the fucking toilet. Like these idiots don't even know how to maintain their own system and their whole all the magical bullshit that doesn't really mean anything, but everybody like they eat it up, right? Because they got simple minds and simple brains. Like that's the majority of America. The people that believe in patriotism and what it is to be an American and what it means to be in the middle class and what it means to, live this American traditionalist, lifestyle. If motherfuckers don't have the goddamn resources, they can't do that. And if again, just like in the black community, if people are exposed to poverty for too long or instability for too long, then what you're going to see is you're going to start seeing subcultures start to rise. And then once those subcultures rise and those subcultures become the norm, then the motherfucking cement dries. Okay, which is essentially what you see going on in the black community when everybody runs around and they want to freaking criticize the black community. It's prolonged exposure to poverty. And now they doing that shit with the white community. Right? And so again, the black community been the canaries in the coal mine. We've been through all the shit, all the bullshit, all the stuff that's affecting us. White people, white men, y'all running around with the white privilege and that's not going to affect me, nigger, and that's not my problem, and it's not going to affect me, right? And now you're seeing how the shit affects you. Right? Now you're seeing the effects of shit like Southern strategy, where you sit around and you think, I'm going to co-sign this because, that looks like freebies for blacks, and I'm not going to co-sign this over here, that's actually going to help everybody because I don't want black people getting free shit tonight. And why can't they be like us good white folks, us good hard-working white folks? Why can't they be like us, right? So then white people, they start voting for shit that undermines them in the long run and whatnot. And then you end up with scenarios like this. 14,000 people? 14,000 people? Now, I don't know whether that's globally or, because there's Tesla factories like elsewhere in the world. Sweden don't play that shit. There's a video on YouTube on, Sweden. They're like, nah, you're going to have to, with the unions and all that other shit. I mean, it just makes no sense to sit there and talk about how we need more families and we need more babies and this, that, and the third, but then they don't want to pay anybody. Right? They don't want to pay anybody, right? And this goes back to the Tim Gurner shit. We need pain in the economy, right? We got to teach them who's the fucking boss. Completely ignoring, like, what's going to be the result of that, right? Because now you got men who were previously gainfully employed. Now they're not gainfully employed. Now they got to go home and tell their wife some sad story. Now their teenage son, you know what I mean, who he's not going to get the financial support that he needs. So now he's going to be out there in the street doing whatever, doing street takeovers, right? That everybody's bitching about all across America, right? Because there's no place for the young people to fucking go, right? The malls are dead because Amazon killed the malls, so they can't go and hang out at the malls anymore, right? I mean, where do young people go, right? COVID like shut everything down. Half of the shit didn't even survive fucking COVID. You know what I mean? So young people, like, what are they supposed to do? Young people don't have any real hope for the future because the way this shit is set up. There is no more, and you go and you work here, hard work, personal responsibility, and then, the higher ups will recognize that and those people will be rewarded. The problem now is that the fucking carrot is gone and everybody knows that the carrot doesn't exist anymore. You see? And so, and this is where like deep down in my soul, I want to punch some of these conservatives in the face when they talk their bullshit, because I'm like, nobody is going to uphold your moral standards and principles and concepts if at the end of the day, it doesn't equate to anything. It's not just about, you need to act right and behave and fall in line and all this other shit, and still be broke. and still not have anything to show for it. And then you got, street dudes, you know what I'm saying? You got people that do it the wrong way, that do it the illegal way, and they can sit there and they can literally talk shit. They can literally get up there and talk shit to those that previously would have been the stable ones. See, if you take the people who follow the rules and you fuck them over enough, you won't have anything left. There won't be anything left. And they don't get that. All it's going to be is Mad Max and the Road Warrior out this bitch. They don't get it. You think black people are dangerous. Oh my God. Wait until the white boys, the fucking young white men with the AR-15s and all the guns that they got, wait until they realize that they got nothing coming. Oh, you're going to see some crazy shit pop off. But hey, keep fucking around and find out, and you'll see what's coming. The shit is unbelievable sitting there just watching, again, these are the white people that are supposed to be the superior race. These white men, these elite white men, they're supposed to be the thinkers and the forward, movers and shakers of society. And they went to Ivy League schools and they went to the most prestigious universities. Yes. And they know how to speak and write and they've studied literature. Yes. And they read Shakespeare, yes, right? All that good shit. And this is what these motherfuckers do. Just all this greed. This is why I said all that fucking white Jesus, Judeo-Christianity. Oh, it's a Christian nation. Where do you see any of the Christian nation shit playing out? Where do you see any of the looking out for the fellow man and actual concepts that would actually support patriotism and that sort of exchange? This is all this shit. Motherfuckers talking about World War III. Who gonna fight that shit? Who's gonna fight that shit? A bunch of broke, don't have a girlfriend, sexless. They're coming out with all these articles talking about how sexless the Zillennials are, and what you think they're gonna fight for you? You think they're gonna go to war and die? Hell no. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. They don't have a pot to piss in, or a window to throw out of it, and you think that they're going to sacrifice. The disconnect is crazy. The disconnect is crazy. That, oh, we're pro-Israel, we support Israel. Like how you gonna have a fucking 80-year-old person up there talking about we support Israel and Israel, oh, we got your back, and the young people, right? They're disgruntled, upset, frustrated, ain't got a pot to piss in, and you think they're going to go out there and fight and sacrifice their lives for a country that they can watch any history or documentary on YouTube that tells you about how these people are Ashkenazi Jewish people from Europe, and again, with that colonial European mindset, went to a different region and took over the motherfucking land, right? Where's the Palestinians from? The Palestinians didn't leave and go anywhere. They're indigenous to the location. You see? But see, it's amazing at how the white elites just think, oh, I said it and that's how it's going to go down. And I'm like, oh, you're so fucking with fire. You got What If History, who I do not particularly care for. His videos are somewhat interesting, but the way he bastardizes history and the way he spins shit and just warps it all around, it's like I gotta chew the meat and spit out the bones type of shit, right? And I'm saying his whole video about the incel revolution, I'm like, oh my God, these motherfuckers are so dumb. They're just dumb. And the thing is people are seeing it now. They're seeing all these mass firings and people losing their job on Zoom, and there's no real protect. Who's going to bring children into the world underneath those circumstances? And then the white oligarchs, you know what they say, because they want to, kill 3 birds with 1 stone, right? They want to replace the black people because black people are grumbling about reparations, right? They want their cheap labor, so that's why they're talking about the immigrants, right? So replace the black vote, bring in the immigrants because we want our cheap labor. And then thirdly, again, we need babies. They don't care who the babies are, who the babies come from. They need babies because you can't have a growing economy if you don't have babies, because capitalism is based off of infinite fucking growth. You see, and everybody running around, all the conservatives, oh, we don't like socialism. Oh, socialism is the bane of everybody's existence. So the definition of socialism is where the people control the means of production. Y'all got all these weird ideas in your head about Venezuela and all this, what they did. And again, I direct you to the history, and you can watch Johnny Harris's video on the interference that the United States has played in Latin America and disrupting every time they've had a democratically elected leader whose system of government was one in which they gave the means of production, to the people, or where they nationalized the oil or nationalized, some other commodity, that the country was producing and exporting. I mean, y'all just don't get it. Personally, I think it's like a balance of both, right? It's like a balance of socialism and capitalism. That's what I think, would be the best, the best setup. I mean, that's when America had the strongest, middle class. Right? Arguably, it was because of World War II and America was manufacturing everything the rest of the world consumed. But then there's other things that happened after that, like NAFTA, all these free trade agreement type of situations, right? These getting rid of tariffs, right? So everything is manufactured and produced in China and then brought back here, right? So you're competing with a global economy. Oh, then you sprinkle AI on it, for all the people that think they're, in some cushy white collar job, like forget about it. You know what I think is gonna disappear in healthcare pretty soon? Radiologists. They're gonna slash radiologists like a motherfucker, because the AI that are viewing the radiology images got like a 99.999% accuracy. It's retarded. They're gonna get rid of them. It's just shit is changing. It's changing rapidly. I mean, just absolutely rapidly. And this is why, when it comes to, AI and all that, if you're not using AI, if you're not engaging in AI in something way, you're already behind. You're already completely fucking behind. And for some, it may equate to freedom and their ability to go out here and, do things, right? Start small businesses and expand, right? And be this like sort of one man or two person type of show, right? But for other people that are unable to adapt, which is most people, it's gonna equate to doom and gloom. It's gonna equate to a really fucked up economic climate. I mean, and that's what you see now. I mean, aside from the inflation and everything, what's going on in corporate America? With all the, the private equity buying up all the homes, and then we can just fire you on the spot. Like, who is going to, plant their feet? Who's going to buy a house, right? Even if you qualified for it, right? You go, and like who wants to get tied up in that, right? It's like, you got to make $130,000 a year in order to qualify for a house, right? But then, even if you got the job that paid you the $130,000 a year to qualify for the house, why would you want to get the house if at the end of the day you're just an at-will employee? Because if you lose your job, then you can't pay for the house, and then you'll end up with your house being foreclosed on. Now your credit is all fucked up. Now you're unable to, move forward and do other things, right? It doesn't go away until I think it's like 7 years. It's all type of fucked up shit, right? Of the days of people, like when I was growing up, like people worked at the same career, the same job for, 25, 30 years, right? That's what you saw. Japan, it's like they work at companies, for a lifetime, right? And then, there should be a whole, environment where people are invested in the company, not just from a work culture standpoint, and there's a loyalty that's reciprocated, but also from the standpoint of they're also invested in the company. The number one shareholders of any company should be the employees. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's how you get a company that's really kick ass and people being innovative and all that other shit. All this, everything just like is like a Ponzi scheme now. Even with the shit, whether it's cryptocurrency or whether it's like, I got a friend, he's got this company. I'm not going to say what the company does, but he's got this company. And you know what his whole goal is? To make the company look sexy on paper and then sell it to some big whale. Right? And then walk away with like 10, 20, 30 million dollars and just call it a day. But seriously speaking, like the company, it really ain't worth shit. It just is, he just making it look pretty. So it's like nothing's real. Like nothing, it's no longer a matter of like sell this product, purchase this product. Right? Even the service for a fee type of stuff, right? Which we all saw with the whole Robinhood situation, right? Because that was over the video games and GameStop. Look, I like physical copies. All that shit, I see all these people, oh, all my stuff is on the cloud. Okay, what happens if you stop paying, for your Xbox Live subscription, or what if stop paying, for your PS5 network? What happens then? Oh, well, I mean, it's all disappears. I can't access. Yeah, you can't access your game because you don't have a physical property, the physical property. You don't have you don't own it. It's even this, like, this reminds me of like even the shit with Tesla and car sales are down 9. Of course they're down 9%. Of course they are. Because again, we have a whole economy that doesn't want to pay anybody. Like the money is supposed to circulate around, right? Right? I'm not saying, oh, we should get rid of all the billionaires, right? Which technically speaking, I think that we should. But I'm saying even when it comes to the wealthiest people, millionaires, billionaires, all that other stuff, right? You make your money because people buy your goods and services. If the people are broke, they can't buy your goods and services. Right? So you have so all the billionaires and millionaires are like, we're not paying anybody. We don't want to pay anybody. We want all the money to come to us. It's just a whole broken economic system. And the government is their bitch, right? Because they bought all the politicians, just like AIPAC has bought all the politicians. Right. So they're not going to do anything for the fucking people. And then the people are too divided with, all the other bullshit and the different factions. And are you LGBT? Are you Black Lives Matter? Are you a white Christian nationalist? Are you all this other shit? Instead of talking about the money and the jobs and economics that everybody fucking needs. And I look at white people with a side eye because, again, they want to maintain white supremacy regardless of how much the system needs to be readjusted, right? Needs to be corrected, right? They're still trying to figure a way for them to, be able to live in the suburbs while everybody else is living in the ghetto. And it's like, fuck that shit. Let this whole goddamn thing implode. Because the number one people who can't, handle adversity and it's white people. They can't handle 5 seconds of anything that makes them fucking uncomfortable. They fucking blow a gasket. They lose their mind. They gotta shoot the shit up. You know what I mean? Because they feel threatened. The Jews will not replace us. They running around. Just 5 seconds. It's like, motherfucker, you done had hundreds of years of being on top, or at least feeling that you were on top as the white proletariat, and now that shit is fading, and they're losing their damn minds. They're losing their damn minds. But anyway, getting back to Tesla and even like the nonsensical shit, I'm like, okay, so nobody's buying electric cars aside from the fact that people don't have any money, but nobody's buying electric cars because the fucking battery is cost too much. We've all seen the videos. People go and the battery dies because the temperature drops. It's too cold during the winter. They got even Tesla's got some stupid thing where like the guy, the battery was dead, but he couldn't get in the car. He couldn't open the door. Right. And then those batteries got to be replaced. If the car gets in an accident, the battery has to be replaced. And the fucking battery costs more than the goddamn vehicle does. And then not only that, when it comes to Tesla, and this is the whole problem with Tesla wants to control every fucking thing. Tesla wants to, you can't repair the vehicle through a third party. You have to use Tesla's insurance right, for the vehicle, because other insurance companies, they don't want to touch these electric vehicles because, again, the batteries, to repair the battery costs more than the depreciation of the fucking vehicle. So they're like, no, hell no, we're staying away from that shit. You know what I mean? So, you would think, right, like if Tesla really wants to sell cars, you got to open that bitch up. You got to do the Lewis Rossman right to repair, type of shit, right? You got to have third parties to be able to create an entire industry just like what exists with the combustion engines. You got to open that shit up so that third parties can be competitive and all that other stuff and bring prices down so that people can fix these cars. I think most electric cars need to have some sort of replaceable battery. They should all have standard replaceable batteries. It should not just be this proprietary bullshit. The proprietary shit, I mean, it's like what Europe did with the USB-C. They were like, all y'all motherfuckers gonna be USB-C. We're not playing this shit. All this proprietary shit. Apple wants to change its the damn socket every fucking 2 years. They want to change the socket. We're not doing any of this bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. All lightning bolt, or USB, no, excuse me, not lightning bolt, USB-C, and we're going with that and call it a damn day. You know what I mean? It's just such bullshit. It's too much. People want to talk about, oh, we need small government and yeah, this is what you get when you get fucking small government. This is what you get when the things that should be regulated aren't regulated, right? And again, there was a point where companies and corporations, had some sense of making sure that America is number one and keeping America first. It doesn't exist anymore. It's a globalist mindset. It's, well, fuck it. If America wants me to do this, well, shit, I'll just leave and I'll go to another country. And you know what the government should do when companies do that? They should shut that bitch down. They should be like, well, you won't be doing any business in the American market. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. It should be an America first mentality, economically speaking. But again, the problem is again, the voters, all y'all get distracted with the bullshit. You don't focus on the economics. You don't focus on the fucking jobs, right? You don't focus on the housing, the things that matter to regular people. This is across the board. Now, black people, we've been preaching this way longer than the white folks been preaching it. White folks, they get into the bullshit. They're like, oh, what are they teaching our kids in school? Like they get into like all this other bullshit. Where we can say, okay, yeah, I understand. Kids 2-year-olds should not be learning about the gay BCs. I'm 100% with you on that shit. But at the end of the day, if you don't have gainfully employed men, you don't have a starting point. You have nothing. Okay? And so the white proletariat, I don't care how racist you are, you need to be forming Voltron with the black people on jobs and economic opportunities and all that other shit. But y'all won't do that. Y'all just over there piss shitting and farting about, how this is a Christian nation. Y'all just over there talking that bullshit. Right? Talking about the great replacement and all this other crap. Yeah, you're not getting replaced by black people. You're getting replaced by the Hispanics. That's who you're getting replaced by. But y'all don't focus on it like you should. It's like brilliant what they've done, right? Because you got the divide and conquer shit at play, right? And then you got people distracted and focusing on the shit that really doesn't matter. And then when it comes to the stuff that does matter, like nobody's focused on that. And I don't even know what the white oligarchs are doing. It's mind-boggling to me. I'm like, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. And then you're gonna sit there and you're gonna talk about, we need more white babies. We need more babies. We need more white babies. Why aren't people having babies? Like it's the audacity to be surprised. Like that's the part that gets me. It's the audacity to be surprised. Right? It's like the same thing I say about the black community when white people are like, "Oh, why is the black community like this? Why do black people do this? Why is the black community?" Let's go through it. Redlining, blockbusting, Jim Crow, eminent domain, urban renewal, convict leasing, debt peonage, COINTELPRO, denial of FHA loans, denial of the Homestead Act, right? Denial of Social Security for the first 20 years, assassination of black leaders, the 1955 Highway Commission Act, driving highways directly through black communities like I-4 in Tampa or freaking I-375 in Detroit, right? The elimination of Black Bottom in Philadelphia, which I had completely forgot about, down there by the waterfront and whatnot. The list just goes on and on. CIA, Iran, Contras, purgings of black communities like Rosewood, Elaine, Arkansas, Slocum, Texas, Wilmington, North Carolina, blah, blah, blah. You've all heard me make the list, right? 1994 crime bill. The white community has done everything in its power to cripple and destroy the black community. And then they stand there on some Colin Flattery shit. Surprise! Don't make the black kids angry. You know what I mean? Like you're surprised. Like you've done everything to fuck up the black community, and then you're surprised. Why don't they just pull themselves up by the bootstraps? And then white boomers and oligarchs are the same thing. They sit there and they don't want to pay anybody, and they want to buy up all the homes so that the prices are all fucked up, right? Young people can't get their life started and get married and have kids and everything, and then they got the audacity to sit there and get up on the microphone and be like, well, why aren't the white kids having any babies? Why aren't they getting married? Why are our birth rates down? It's the audacity to be surprised. That's the shit that kills me. That's the shit I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, and again, like these are your supreme leaders. You know what I'm saying? This is your king. You know what I mean? Like these are the people that run shit. And I got maybe a glimmer of hope that within the next 5 years, the millennials will, run for political office. I mean, en masse. Get these boomers the fuck out of here. Get them out of here. Get them out. Get them the fuck out of here. They're fucking shit up. No sustainability. No foresight, forethought, into the future about like, oh, how we're gonna, and even when it comes to the maintaining fucking, dominance, global dominance, right? And foreign policy, if you want to focus on that, right? I'm like you got Colonel Douglas McGregor, right? He always got his kind of low key like dog whistles in there, but I'm saying, they don't have enough troops. People don't even pass the physical fitness exams. They don't pass the mental health exams, right? I mean, the whole thing is broken. I mean, this rolls right into even the education. We got students that don't know how to freaking write in cursive anymore or read cursive. Somebody hit me with that. They were like, if you can't write cursive, chances are you can't read it. I was like, damn. I was like, you're right about that shit. You can't read it. You know what I mean? Like, people going to be going even if they were going to buy a car, go to the car dealership like Last of the Mohicans and shit, and just put a big X on their signature where they sign. Like, shit is retarded. Or just a bunch of squiggly lines. It's retarded. What else aren't they teaching in school? Something else that they weren't teaching in school. It was cursive was one of them, but there was something else that they weren't teaching. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I don't know who these idiots are that are making all these decisions, but they're idiots. They're literal idiots. And it's crazy. It's like, even between Donald Trump and fucking Joe Biden, it's like, really, like, that's the best that America has to offer. Like that's the best. That's the best. That's the best. You know what I'm saying? Like you mean to tell me, like, if you had a choice between, like, I don't know, fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson, Bill Nye the Science Guy, freaking who's the Japanese guy? He's the guy that's on Big Think. I forget his name. him. Give me somebody else. Who else? Who's a very smart person? That we would like to see up there. I can't think. Who. But you get what I'm saying. Like there's better people who could. Like The Rock would make a better president than both freaking Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Can we elect The Rock? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we elect? I don't like who else. I'm trying to think. It's just retarded what is going on right now. And again, people, like, the thing is once people lose hope, once the sort of despair sets in and people start shutting down because they keep seeing events and situations like this. We're going to get rid of 14,000 people. 14, that's like a township. That's like a township anywhere in America. It's like 14,000 people. And we're just going to get rid of it. It's like all those homes. Then I got to scramble, try to find jobs elsewhere, right? You got AI bots doing all the screening for the resumes. You send out your resume. If you don't know somebody, it just goes into the void, and man, this shit is fucked up. I mean, the whole concept, where I see, people talking about leaving the country, going to Mexico, going to Spain, going to, Bali, like your boy, the anti-prophet, right? All these other places, Japan just opened up the doors, for people who can work remotely, that you can go over there and spend 6 months over there and work remotely from there. I mean, it's just, I'm like, to allow it to get to that point where young people are like, it's better to do that than to stay in America. Like, they're like, I'll give up my Second Amendment to go anywhere else in the world because this is bullshit. It's just bullshit. And again, these are your leaders. Don't look at black people. Don't look at us. Oh no, nigga. Don't come over here bitching, trying to lay this shit at our feet. No, this is your shit. This is how you set your system up. And again, not paying attention to the greed, and the sort of just the indifference. It's a very it's like the American society has become a very selfish society. It's very, as I said before, cannibalistic. You have a cannibalistic, society right now. And that permeates every aspect of American society. Like, people, they see the cannibalism, then now they're paranoid about their own cannibalism and being cannibalized. And so, they start moving differently and everybody's out for self and all this other stuff. And then again, you got the Christians in the back. Well, see, if they read the Bible and then Jesus, all that bullshit. And again, how come you never bring that up when you're talking about the billionaires and the millionaires and the people that are making all these decisions with people's lives? You're always talking about the lowest man on the totem pole, somebody that's making $15 an hour, at working at Home Depot or something like that. You're talking about how they need to, know Jesus and the Bible, and faith without works is dead, and they just gotta work harder and this, that, and the third. But yet the people that have the most power and control the biggest levers to determining so many different people's future in the direction of this country, you say absolutely fucking nothing to. You don't bring up Jesus when it comes to them. You don't bring up, how society should be, engineered and how they're the architects of society. You don't bring that up to them. You go right to the bottom, the lowest person on the totem. This is one of the reasons why I have absolute contempt for religion and Christianity. It's one of the reasons I have such contempt for it, because it's bull. The way it moves is fucked up. It's fucked up. And they just gone, it's not for thinking people. I've said that a million times. It's not for critically thinking people. They remove the critical thinking aspect, from what these religions do. That's what they do. They take the religion and they throw it out the window. I mean, excuse me, the critical thinking, and they throw it out the window. There's only a handful of people that I can say are religious and are critical thinkers. Like, I like Middle Nation. Middle Nation, I listen to Middle Nation, and he irritates me every once in a while because he gets into his magical shit about Allah and all that, right? But I'm saying he's still a thinking man, and there's certain things that he points out and certain things that he says that I can agree with and I respect. Right? Even if it comes through a Muslim lens, again, chew the meat and spit out the bones. Right? But just the average person, look, your biggest issue is not whether you got the sweet twinkle of white Jesus in your bosom. You having the sweet twinkle of the white Jesus in your bosom, whether you got it or not, it is not going to make any of these corporate executives, CEOs, company owners pay you anymore. Okay? Employees are an expense, and getting rid of employees is the fastest way, right, to increase their bottom line, right? Because they don't have to dish out that expense anymore. You see? Instead of Tesla doing a bunch of restructuring, instead of Tesla doing no, we got to make it look good for the fourth quarter type of shit. I mean, this country is just going to fucking just fucking hell in a handbasket. And unfortunately, most people aren't saying what I'm saying. Most people are out there, talking just dumb shit. You know what I mean? Oh, see what the problem is. See, it's Bidenomics. That's what it is. It's Bidenomics. Like, do you not understand that there are that the presidents, like, first off, it's like they can't really do anything because they're only there for fucking 4 years. Okay, the first 4 years, the president's trying to get reelected, so he, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, right? And the last 4 years, then they usually like do whatever the hell it is that they want, right? But I'm saying between, doing something for, like, one president comes in, oh, I'm gonna do this. Even if they do something, then another president comes in and then reverses it. Like, you can't get shit done with stuff like that. Right? But America has a contingency plan. Like, when you look at, like, people like Harry Kissinger, right, who served underneath, I don't know how many presidents did he serve under, 4, 5, 6. How many presidents did Harry Kissinger serve? But see, that's a person that has power. I know he died, but I'm saying that's a person that runs the show. These people, the handlers, the people in the background, the people that get the phone calls at 2:00 in the morning and the president would like to see you. Those people, because those people are not elected for. It's like how you got in England, you got like the parliament and then you got the House of Lords. The House of Lords is not elected. The House of Lords are basically all the king and queen's relatives and shit. Okay? The crown of England, it's not a democracy. It's not even close. The King Charles, you can go and you can look it up. All the information is on Wikipedia. He has veto power before a bill even hits the fucking floor. He can say no to it even hitting the floor. But yet y'all running around over there thinking that y'all voting for shit. But anyway, let me not dig on the Brits. But I'm saying, damn, was I going with this? Hold on one second. Yeah, I was talking about the what is it? The handlers. Yeah, the people that are always constantly. Those are the people that really run the show. And what it comes down to in a capitalist society, when the capitalists have allowed to work in the shadows and run rampant, when it comes to the capitalist society, the banks, the corporations, right, and the non-elected bureaucrats, those are the people that run the show. Those are the people that make things happen. You know, when they come up with these omnibus bills and pork barrel bills and all this other shit, where they sneak stuff in that the documents, 1,000 pages. Ain't nobody gonna read all that shit. They're not gonna read all that. Then you got all the crap with the politicians, the inside trading. Now people are like, oh, well, why even sit there and pick individual trades? Why not just follow your congressperson and look at what they're trading since they already know what the deal is? All that shit should be illegal. All these boomers doing that shit. The average age, I think, was the Senate's like 67 and up. Like what? Like what? Get these people the fuck out of there. But I doubt that, the young people are going to come together and form Voltron. I come across white guys that they got a real twisted way of thinking, because, they don't understand racism. They don't study history. They have this white male victim ideology in their head. Right? Notice all these guys that you see shooting the fucking place up. They're like in their 20s and shit. Like, bro, you were born after 9/11. Like, what the fuck are you mad about? You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, looking back at it, right? If you think about it, the majority of their existence, they saw nothing but a black man as president of the United States, or what they thought was a black man, which was Barack Obama, this biracial man, right? So they're like, racism, where's the racism, right? Because again, they don't teach these people actual real history and what was going on with America. They don't teach that shit. That's the whole conversation about CRT. You know what I mean? So you end up having an argument and a debate with somebody who's not even a learned person about the actual history of America. So you end up having these fruitless conversations, which is just all about feelings and emotions and how they feel. They feel that they're losing, their position that they feel was promised to them. That shit is going to have to go away before we can have some real, substantive, conversations about, where things need to go and protections that need to be put in place, not only for housing and housing affordability, but also job security. Bottom line, it's like on a kind of like on a side note, technically speaking, you got to cater to the needs of women, not to the needs of women in terms of cater to women and what they specifically need to go out there and vote. That's what the Democrats are doing. But I'm saying men have to cater to the needs of women. Because ain't gonna be no fucking if women don't feel safe and secure when it comes to actually who they're linking up with and marrying in order to go off and have kids. You have to have gainfully employed men with job security in order to have, this whole traditional Judeo-Christian family that everybody loves to talk about. If you don't have that, you ain't got a pot to piss in. I don't care how much sweet twinkle of white Jesus you want to sprinkle on it. I don't care how much you want to sprinkle on it. It ain't gonna motherfucking happen, because you are not gonna have intact nuclear families with a bunch of broke men. I don't care how you want to dice it up. So if you ain't talking about the shmoney, if you ain't talking about gainful employment, please kindly get the fuck out of my face when it comes to what you think is wrong with this country. But anyway, I'm done. Done with my rant. That's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.